Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We're here to close out our weekday edition of the Cabral Concept with our Friday review. We're going to be going over all of the updates here over the past week, what's going on over at Equalife, which is the global functional medicine integrative health practice. We'll be going over a podcast recap in case you missed anything, a couple product reviews by popular demand from our community that I had to look into because I don't specifically use them myself, but I'm always happy to do that for the show. And for the community, our herb of the week from one of my favorite foods. It's actually an extract that we'll be talking about that from a food-based, we'll say there's a plant-based food. And then 2 research studies. Absolutely love both of them. Can't wait to bring them to you because one of them is a big win for we the people. So can't wait to share that with you. Let's get started with the updates of the week. Updates of the week, I just like to give you a little bit of a personal anecdote each week of what I have going on since, it's funny and you may not feel the same way, but for me, I always look at, I do look at each day as a gift. I honestly do. I didn't always look at it that way, and I'll be truthful with you. I didn't. Some days, honestly, are easier to see it that way than others. But every day when I wake up, I do look at it as a clean slate. Sometimes when I go to bed at night, sure, there's absolute stress, like no doubt about it, just like anybody else. Could be work stress, could be any type of stress, like no doubt about it. Could be health stress, could be anything. But what I try to do is I wake up each morning and I say, okay, today's a new day. Today is a gift that I get to live out, to try to do my best in this world for myself, for my family, for our community. And that's it. And that's honestly how I look at it. And I've been trying to do much more of that over the summer. So I've just been trying to go with the flow a little bit more. As a New Englander, we look at summer as really 8 weeks. So we look at it maybe 9 if you want to stretch it to Labor Day, but essentially, you're looking at it from 4th of July, right? So that 4th of July week, right around to Labor Day this week is September 5th. So what I look at is, okay, if you're going to take any time during the year besides the Christmas holidays that I love, you're going to take some time to relax, to unwind, to connect at even deeper level with friends and family. And that is absolutely something I do every July and August. So we have a place up in Maine. It's really special to us. We come up here. It's near the beach. It's near the ocean. And we just get to relax. Like, honestly, it's one of those places where and just open the doors and windows. You let the fresh air come in, the breeze blow in, very kind neighbors. Everyone's pretty relaxed for the most part. And it's just a time to relax. It's just a time to enjoy. We cook a lot of food and we hang out as a family. And so that's what I've been trying to do. And hopefully I'll get another few weeks of that as well before we're back to, the fall season where my wife and I's daughters are back in school, and you've got the hustle and bustle again for that fall season. So really just try to unwind. And one of the things that I've been doing a whole lot more of is using my barrel sauna. And I know that seems kind of strange because it's the summertime. Why am I hopping into a 185 degree, 190 degree sauna? Well, one of the reasons is it's outside, it's easily accessible. I'm taking a little bit more time to relax, and I love it. I mean, I really do, because it's one of those things I try to share with people that, again, I don't know if you're like me or not, but I don't necessarily sweat unless I'm doing a sauna. So I do exercise, but when I exercise, I'm not a big sweater in general. Some people are, some people aren't. When I do resistance training, I get a little glow. I get a little glow around the face, definitely a big glow above the upper lip. There's some sweat, but there's not a lot of sweat. I'm just not a big sweater. So for me to sweat, I need to go out for a longer run or I need to do a sauna. And this summer, I've just decided, like, over these 8 weeks, because I used to be running 2 days a week for sure, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then I would swim on the weekend or do something active with my daughters, besides just my normal steps. This year, though, probably once a week running. I'm just doing far more sauna and just really enjoying that. I know I can get back to it with the cooler weather in the fall, and I will. But I've been getting my 10,000 steps every day. I've been averaging somewhere around like 6 to 8 miles every single day. And on the weekends, I'm really walking closer to 10 miles. Again, not all in one stretch, but just being active, just being out, just walking around. And it's been great. So really enjoying that. And again, I hope your summer is going well as well. But I know we've got, at least here in New England, another month. And again, I hope you're enjoying with friends and family and loved ones. All right. What's going on this week? Well, over at Equal Life and even at my own website. So if you go to stevencabral.com/hair-loss, I'm pretty sure that is the web page. I never know all the different URLs because I have an amazing team and they're able to set up all these great pages. So let's see if that's it. stevencabral.com/hair-loss. That is it. Basically, I just want to let you know this is now officially live. So my team gave me the go ahead saying this is live. Everything is good. All the links are working. All that you want to check out. And basically, it's because I try to detail and just give you also personal stories from my practice and from my own life of what I've researched, what I've studied, and just give you an unbiased perspective on that. So if you go to that page, stevencabral.com/hair-loss, I actually go through my own hair loss issues over the past, now about 8 months. And what I'd used with clients in the past previously that worked really well, and then what I did myself as well. And so I basically share with you the 7 reasons why people lose their hair. The number 1 reason for men, 6 other reasons for women. I show you the labs to do. I show you my lab results of the 2 reasons why I started to lose my hair. Then I give you all different options, some of it lab testing, some of it different oils you can put in your hair, some of it red light. Like I go through all the different therapies and they're accessible to you basically anywhere in the world. And you can just pick and choose what you feel is the best for you. So I would definitely check that out. It's just meant to be a resource page, to be honest with you. It's a huge resource page. And I just wanted to share with you exactly what I did and what I've helped others do in the past. And then again, I hope you get the same results. So head on over to stevencabral.com/hair-loss. All right. Now over at Equal Life, we have, this is for sure one of our most popular products. They are our Superfood chocolate bars. Literally, they are, if you like raspberry and cherry-based flavor, maybe a hint of apple in there. It's basically chocolate raspberry bars. I mean, that's what they are. They are super high antioxidant bars for like around 100 calories. They're individually wrappered so that you don't eat the entire chocolate bar because, that sometimes happens. But with these, you can actually eat the whole chocolate bar with organic chocolate chips right in it. And they're actually good for you. So that's the amazing thing. So if you want a guilt-free treat, they're yours free, a whole package. I believe there's 9 bars in the box. They're absolutely the best if you put them in the refrigerator, so definitely do that. And you can check them out at stevencabral.com/shop while supplies last on qualifying orders. And this includes the entire world. So yes, we ship these all over the world as well. All right, podcast recap for the week. The number 1 common trait among the top health, fitness, and business experts. Essentially where this came from, I was at a conference a couple weeks ago with some of the most successful people that I know in athletics, in business, and in body transformation, just super, as coaches, just super successful people from all different walks of life. I think there was just over 70 people, and I got to chat with almost everybody. It was over a 3-day meeting. And, I was just blown away by obviously their intelligence, their brilliance, and also their routines. And I chatted about that on 2362. I just think that people overcomplicate success in any area of life. And I just share with you how the top people that I've met do it. And that's on episode 2362. 2363 was the known dangers of wireless AirPods. Again, that was kind of by popular demand as well, because we did a quick 1.5-minute video on Instagram and it just literally blew up. People are just not told about these dangers. So I simply wanted to share with you things that you can do. And then 2364 was the main reason for low energy and poor sleep. Definitely check out that show as well. I mean, that's super important on regulating certain hormones. And then yesterday's show was the best and healthiest way to brew coffee. And since a lot of people love coffee. I love coffee. That I would share this with you. And this goes for decaf as well as regular, as well as espresso. So I go through all the different ways to brew it. And actually not decaf, espresso, etc., but actually French press, cold brew versus pour over versus, I think I gave you 7 different ways and which one is healthiest. So definitely check that out. All these shows are available, of course, at stephencabral.com/podcasts. All right. Our product review of the week, this one is actually by popular demand, and I gave you 2 because the person who wrote in asked me for both. So they asked me for the cleanest, non-toxic aftershave and shaving cream for men. So this was a woman that wrote in for her husband, and she said, hey, my husband's using these products. I won't name the products because they are toxic. And what can he use that's healthier? And so I said, I have no idea because I don't use shaving cream or aftershave. And I know a lot of people, obviously, they use a razor. I use an electric razor. A lot of people don't like electric razors for certain reasons. I totally get it. I do it for many, many different reasons. One of them is, again, if you're someone with like Th2 immune sensitivities and a history of mastocytosis and mast cell activation syndrome, and you're basically like going really deep on your skin and you're then exposing it to soap and whatever, you can get more irritation. I'm one of those people. So I just make life easy and I just use a very simple electric shaver, and I shave and then it's done. Like it's easy. Again, there's pros and cons to both. I'm not telling you, as always, what to do. You should choose what's best for you. I just want to share with you an unbiased perspective of it. All right. So here's what I can share with you. For those people that do put on shaving cream or aftershave, why don't we go with the shaving cream first? Because you probably use that first, right? All right. So again, I have no background in this. I've never researched it for myself or anybody else, but I went to ewg.org/skin deep. And why do I share that with you? Because they're an amazing organization and they rate what they have, and they don't have every product in the world. So I would love for you to do this on YouTube or Instagram. Right below this video or this post, list your favorite non-toxic shaving cream for men or women and aftershave. Okay. So this is what ewg.org has to say. And by the way, I'll link this up today. All show notes, everything today will be at stephencabral.com/2366, except for nutritional supplements. I can't link any of those up because that's against FDA regulations. And so those you can just find at stephencabral.com/shop. All right. So first things first, let me give you the top ones for shaving cream. Smooth Criminal. All right. Lowen's Natural Skincare, Smooth Criminal. Everyone. It's called Everyone. Soap for Every Man, 3-in-1, lemon plus spruce. Beauty Counter comes up a lot. And it's called Counterman Smoothing Shave Cream. All right, the next one, those are all EWG verified. That's kind of like the best, but you have to pay money, I think, to do those because they're mailed in. But anyway, others that are very low, they're rated a 1, which means low hazard, are Era Organics Shaving Soap. Garden of Eve Skincare. That's another brand that shows up quite often as a clean brand. Garden of Eve Adams Shave Cream, no scent. And that's important. I wanted to share that with you. If your product says fragrance, you don't want to use it. You really don't, because that's where some of the toxicity begins to get in there. So now those are more unique products. I like supporting small businesses. I really do. There is one, a lot of people know the brand Edge. Edge is one that you could find in your local like drugstore, CVS, Walgreens, etc. So if you're looking for like a quick one, that one is called Edge Shave Gel, fragrance-free, ultra-sensitive with oatmeal. That's the one that is less toxic. Most of them are super toxic. Okay, that one is still not as clean as the 5 I mentioned before that, but if you're looking for like an everyday product you could find on the shelf, that's the only one that isn't super toxic. That's because it's fragrance-free, all right? So that's why. All right, let's go over the aftershave products. All right, Soap for Goodness Sake. That is one brand. Paul Pender's Men's Best Aftershave Lotion, another brand. Crux Supply Post-Shave Tonic, another one. Herbal Lize, and it's L-I-Z at the end. Herbal Lize, and that is an aftershave. Beard Optima Baird Optima Soother Aftershave Balm. And let's give you a couple more. Garden of Eve shows up again as Adam's Aftershave Toner. And then there's a company called Healing Secrets Aftershave. I have never heard of or seen that one before. So there's that. And I'm going to give you one. I'll give you two more. And one is called Parissa, Parissa, Soothing and Moisturizing Azulene Oil. And the last one is Moor, it's Moor, Spa, Men's Aftershave Balm. All right, I'm going to link up, though, both links at stephencabral.com/2366 directly to these pages. All right, so hopefully that was helpful. And thank you for whoever requested that and wrote in. Okay, next up is our herb of the week. Every single Friday, I love bringing you an herb of the week this year, and I'll continue to do it. This week is actually an extract from a plant, from fruit, and it's called Rutin. That's how most people pronounce it. I've heard different pronunciations of it, but Rutin. And why do I want to share this with you? So I like to begin to share herbs, well, some that are just that I think you should know about, but some that are gaining in popularity. You will hear Rutin begin to be spoken about more if you haven't already. We've been using it for at least 5 or 6 years. Well, at least way more than that, but time just flies. That's why. In a product called Full Spectrum Vitamin C. I mentioned that because we have many different types of vitamin C in our shop, but that one is taken from all whole foods. So some people like a whole foods vitamin C. All right. Why am I mentioning this again? Because it's actually an extract from buckwheat or asparagus or the skin of apples, okay, usually red apples, the skin from the apples, figs, green or black tea have Rutin in them, and then elderflower tea as well. And we talked about elderflower just a few weeks back as well. So why, again, I'm always here to try to just share with you the power of natural medicine, of herbs. And here's the thing. A lot of people always talking about, oh, plant toxins, this, that, the other thing. First of all the things that I just mentioned, people would say have plant toxins. But that is really how we heal the body, right? So we have to stop listening to a lot of this, we'll just be honest, nonsense. People just cherry picking ridiculous science and not looking at the whole. And I'll try to do a little bit more of that in the future as well. But honestly, I'm not here to convince anyone of anything. I'm just here to present to you like the unbiased truth. And that's it. Because just a product like Rutin that you're not going to get necessarily in meat is because it's antioxidant based with a lot of these plants. It's going to be good for what? Your brain. It's going to be good for all of your arteries. So good for healthy blood pressure, healthy cardiovascular, healthy aging of the brain, right? Cognitive based ability. It reduces free radicals and oxidative stress. It boosts acetylcholine. So again, good for the brain. Good for energy in the body, neutralizes, as I spoke about previously, free radicals, but also toxins, especially those associated with radiation. Think cell phones, think 5G, think of all these different things, right? Radiation. And it helps to relax smooth blood vessels as well. Again, great for healthy blood pressure, healthy cardiovascular based function. And then again, reducing overall stress. But what I want to share with you is some specific issues that people might be having. Again, I can't provide any disease diagnosis, disease treatment plans, or disease advice in any way, shape, or form, right? So I'm not doing that. But people have used the product before for veins, varicose veins, for hemorrhoids, for protecting overall brain and nervous system, helping with healthy levels of inflammation, cardiovascular, type 2 diabetes, with unhealthy levels of cholesterol, with bone loss, bruising, and much more. So I'm a huge advocate of the product. I've been using it for a long time. I'm a big recommender of it. I eat apples. I eat asparagus. Don't eat too much buckwheat, to be honest with you. A little bit. I'm not a big green tea or black tea person, but some people are. My wife loves green tea. I'm not so much a green tea person. So I get it in food and I get it in supplementation. A really, really powerful product. So again, that's how we use it. People can use it in other ways, but I recommend getting it from both whole food, yes, and then if needed, supplementation as a secondary if you need to go deeper or on any of these things. I'm such a big fan. I'll be adding it to a new product we have coming out in a couple weeks called proteolytic enzymes. Most people have heard us talking about proteolytic enzymes. We've been using our Florafilm for a long time. I'm using that specifically as a biofilm disruptor, so I'm creating a specific product just for the cardiovascular system, the arteries, veins, and to go in as essentially a scavenger of pathogens, necrotic tissue, etc. And that'll be through proteolytic enzymes. But again, not treating any medical-based diseases, just letting you know how these things work and how they're actually proven in medical, clinical science. But we still can't make claims either way. All right. Okay, we are now diving back into our research for the week. And our research this week is on none other than binaural beats. One of my favorite things, I'm telling you right now, I've used this now for well over a decade. One of the best ways that I found to simply meditate or go out for a walk or relax my mind before bed to reduce stress, improve my heart rate variability, which shows that you're recovering faster and better and rejuvenating the body, and so much more. So the way that I actually found out about it was through research, just like what I'm about to share with you today. So back in the day, there was this really expensive system. It cost like $3,000 or $5,000, and they used to sell it and offer it to dentist's office. And the reason was that people would use this specific system listening to binaural beats when they would have to have a cavity, like a tooth drilled or something like that. And what they found was that it worked amazingly well. Why? Because it reduced anxiety and it reduced stress. And so they were saying, like, how are we able to do this without medication? How are we able to do this without sedation? So I actually, I was fortunate that they actually gave me a complimentary, again, it was like $3,000 or $5,000 unit, which was an eye mask, a pair of noise canceling headphones, and basically what looked like a tablet, basically, the size of my cell phone or a little bit bigger. And they preloaded all of the binaural beats on there. And then they had a couple other things as well. They had a TENS unit that actually could attach to the back, basically where the vagus nerve, the vagal nerve is back there, which I certainly think that could be helpful to agree. And then they had a little bit of basically a transdermal cream that helped to increase GABA. But when I really got down to it, and I was really looking at the science and I was asking them about it, the major benefits came from close your eyes, wear an eye mask, sensory deprivation, and then put on noise canceling headphones. So now you have no input really, except for the sound. And so again, it works amazingly well. I do it on walks, at lunch, and just to calm, basically, I call it like a system reset. So halfway through my day, I'll go on a walk. I've always done this. I've done this forever, like literally forever. And I just breathe. I just relax. I listen to binaural beats, and I just let my mind wander. I call it a walking meditation. I have a whole podcast on it if you want to check it out. My team can help you find that one at just go to cabralsupportgroup.com and just ask, and they'll find it for you, no doubt about it. So here's the research on it, because again, I like to just share with all of the, I only share with the believers, to be honest with you, but all the believers can share with the non-believers if they choose to, how all of this works. This is a new study, so I was reading the studies over a decade ago when I had my in-person practice, and this one was published just about 5 months ago. Well, actually a little bit longer than that now, and it was called Binaural Beats or 430 Hertz Music, which method is more effective for reducing preoperative dental anxiety. So I'll kind of save you the reading through it if you want, but again, I'll link it up for you at stephencabral.com/2366. That's where everything is for today's show. So basically they took 90 patients, randomly selected binaural beats and a control group. And what they found was that, I'll give you the conclusion, binaural beats and 432 hertz, by the way. So binaural beats come in a lot of different types of hertz. Hertz is the frequency essentially at which it's being played. Binaural beats means there's 1 session of hertz being played through one ear. Let's call it 220 hertz. And in this ear, it's 210 hertz. And then what happens is when we have two different beats playing in two different ears at one of the specific frequencies, because it has to be a specific frequency like 432, the brain waves begin to entrain and make it one. And that's really powerful. That's how the magic happens. So they found this is directly from PubMed, there was a significant decrease in anxiety in both binaural beats groups in the second measurement. And they said their conclusion was this is a valid non-pharmacological adjuvant to reduce dental anxiety in impacted surgery, basically molar surgery. So, but again, they've been using this in the dental field forever. Binaural beats are absolutely amazing. If you've never done them before, just put on, even if you just want to put on a regular pair of earbuds, the wired ones, of course, like if you're watching this in video that I'm hanging. Or I literally have never had a pair of noise canceling headphones. I know that might sound kind of strange. I've just never had them because I like to travel really simply, but I purchased a pair because inside of our new iUBone app, iUBone by Equalife, which by the way is free for all the iUBone members, like completely free. It has all your meditations in there, all your binaural beats. Try them out. I mean, literally, they're right inside the app under the stress reduction. So definitely check those out. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I'll be talking more about kind of my 20-minute rejuvenation sessions in the future. So definitely stay tuned. All right, one more research study for the week. This one is a big win for all of us. So all of those people that are against poisoning the population and putting profits above people and using things that companies know cause cancer, well, we got a win in our pocket. So the manufacturer of glyphosate, which I believe the parent company is what? Bayer and Monsanto. I believe that's it. But again, apologies if I'm misrepresenting in any way who's the actual maker, but I know that it's Monsanto's Roundup weed killer, that starting in 2023, it is banned for residential use, which means you are no longer able to buy it or use it all around your lawn or garden, etc. Why does that matter? Well, because you might not be using it right now, but your neighbors very well may be spraying that in their yard to kill weeds, different types of things like that in their garden. Well, it is being outlawed, which is great to see. So I'm going to link up the page. It literally goes state by state in the United States, but it also goes around the world and shows you the different bans in each country. So in the US as well as in the world, I'm going to link that up for you. It's directly from a law group that posts all of this out. So big win. Again, I think people can make a difference. Why do they stop? Well, honestly, they are being sued so much for cancer, Roundup causing cancer, glyphosate causing cancer, that they said, we're no longer going to sell this to the general public. The bad news is, though, they're still going to be spraying it on your food. So I know organic's not perfect, but it's way better than conventional. All right, conventional still will have, for the most part, glyphosate sprayed, but organic does not allow glyphosate. So it's at least a good place to get started. And hopefully this was helpful. I'm excited that, again, it's just one step in the right direction. Just be careful, though, because these companies have a history of replacing it with something equally as toxic. It just hasn't been proven to be toxic yet. So definitely check out my previous podcasts on the dangers of glyphosate. That will really tune you into like literally how devious and how terrible this is. That was episode 2335. StephenCabral.com/2335 will have all of the dangers of glyphosate and why you should not be eating food sprayed with it or using it anywhere around your house, children, or pets. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. I appreciate you. I thank you so much. I'll be back on tomorrow's show answering our community's questions. Have an amazing weekend. Before you go, I wanted to share a personal story with you. The real reason I began to get well finally is because I figured out what was wrong with me. And that might seem pretty obvious, but I went from doctor to doctor for over 2 years before discovering at-home functional medicine lab testing. These are the labs that enabled me to finally figure out what was wrong with my hormones, blood sugar, electrolytes, and gut health. And once I knew what was wrong, I could then follow a proven plan in order to rebalance my body from the inside out. This is why I believe so strongly in functional medicine lab testing and why I've made it my mission to share these labs with the world. Now at equa.life, you can order an at-home lab test or lab bundle for you and your family and be able to complete it within the week. Plus, the EquaLife difference is that you're not left to try to read and figure out these labs on your own. We explain what your lab numbers mean, what they mean in the much bigger picture, and then how to go about rebalancing your body in order to heal. To see our full selection of lab tests or to set up a free lab selection call to find out what labs may be best for you, simply head on over to equa.life/labs. And do remember, we ship these all over the world. To find out more and to set up your free lab selection call, simply head on over to equa.life/labs. That's EQUI.LIFE/labs.